Hey, let's talk about another of my favorite blends by Young Living called Motivation. This oil is designed to help people overcome fear and procrastination and to just move forward and take decisive action in their life. Now, I know that it's hard to understand that when you're facing a challenge and you have a task ahead of you that you're just kind of procrastinating on and you just don't want to do it because it seems hard. That is because you have a self-confidence issue, you have a fear barrier, you have an unknown, right, lying ahead of you. And sometimes you just need a little boost to just rip off that Band-Aid and just plunge in, right? It's like jumping into a swimming pool when you think it's going to be cold. You just got to dive in. So how does an essential oil actually help us do that? Well, science has shown through all kinds of brain mapping studies and through the studies of our emotions, our limbic system, the amygdala, when we inhale these tiny, tiny, tiny molecules, these aromatic molecules from the essential oils, it goes into our nose and it goes right into our olfactory, which is our sense of smell. But right behind the eyes, right here, is our amygdala. This is the seat of our emotional center of our brain. Okay, these little molecules do not pass go, do not collect $200. They don't have to run around the Monopoly board and go through the cognitive part of our brain first. They go straight to the emotional processing center of our brain. That is why aromatherapy is such a big deal. So different oils have different psychological effects. They've done this with brain mapping. You can smell one bottle and it will illuminate certain parts of the brain. You smell something else and it'll illuminate another part of the brain. And as we know that each part of the brain serves a certain purpose in its function, right? So motivation is designed to help people to overcome their fears, to really calm and sedate them and yet empower them at the same time. And studies have shown that the different areas of the brain that illuminate when you smell this do exactly that. But let's talk about the oils that are in here, okay? Roman chamomile. Historically, the Roman gladiator soldiers would rub chamomile all over themselves to calm their nerves before battle and to help give them focus, right? Because it's a nervous, jittery time. You don't know if you're going to enter the arena and live or die. So it's really to help remove fears and just create like a clear and focused mind. Easing nervous tension works with our nervous system, anxiety, and it just kind of gives you a sense of peace and patience. And don't we need that when we have something ahead of us that we need to tackle and just push on through? Spruce, if you think about the Northern Lights black spruce that grows up where the Northern Lights are, they are receiving this incredible energy from this part of the world that other plants don't have. And when they harness that energy from the Northern Lights, they're passing it on to you. And this is what helps create a sense of balance. And I always like to point out that when you think about the plant that is being distilled, the qualities of that plant, the actual physical qualities of that plant and the environment in which it lives is going to be harnessed into the distillation process and passed in the bottle to you. So think about these huge noble spruce trees that are standing straight out of the ground, tall and erect. They have this Northern Lights energy. I mean, they spend half of their year in complete darkness except for this incredible, energy that's coming from the universe. And then secondly, they're tall and straight, and balance is something that they do best despite the wind and the storms and whatnot. They have to stand really strong and be very firmly rooted, right? They're not these big fat trees. They don't gnarl and twist and bend. They're tall and straight and balanced. And so that is exactly what they pass on, their qualities to you. It's just this amazingly magical thing that the reflection of creation actually gets transmitted through the plants into you. Ylang ylang is steam distilled from these huge, gorgeous yellow flowers that grow down in the Amazon. Ylang ylang, I stumble over that one, is said to really balance male and female energies and to just kind of help you hit this neutrality in your mind. Now, I know that sounds like yin yang and whatever. What I'm really talking about is you have these different tendencies. When I talk about male and female energies, you have these different energy tendencies, which is one could be towards aggression and one could be towards passivity, one could be for nurturing, one could be, do you know what I'm saying? There's these traditional roles, gender roles that generally people fall into, and of course our personality plays a part. But if you can like bring one down and bring another one up, you can hit this place of balance where you're not being controlled by your natural tendencies, whether male or female. You're not going to just like blaze into it and just, bull in a china shop, and you're not going to sit back and be, passive about it either. It brings you to a nice balancing place. So I know that when I say balance is male and female energies, people sometimes are like, say what? I don't understand. It really has more to do with like how you tackle things in life. It's going to pull back the reins that are going too far, and it's going to spur on the things that need a little motivation and bring you to that nice, healthy tension point in which the gears will engage and you can move forward. Lavender is traditionally used as a balancing oil. It is an adaptogen, which means it will adapt. It has this intuitive way of knowing what the body needs and adapting to that, and works really well with other oils. It plays nice in the sandbox. So it works incredibly well on the nervous system to just have this calming, balancing focus. Now, I know a lot of you think of lavender as with regards to sleep, and it helps you get a good night's sleep, and that is true. But I need you to understand why lavender works that way. It's not because it's some sort of sedative that just knocks you out. So having lavender in a blend called Motivation makes perfect sense, because what lavender really does is it stops all the crazy spinning and the thinking and the hamsters running around in your head, and it corrals them into a focused arena. Now, that helps you fall asleep, because most of us have a hard time at night when our thoughts are just running amok and going everywhere, and what do I have to do tomorrow, and all the little stress of the day seems to hit you when you lie down at night. Lavender is wonderful because it just shuts down all that noise and just kind of has this calming property that's like, all right, I know what I need to do and I'm gonna do it tomorrow. And we fall asleep. Well, motivation is the same way. When we have to tackle a project, how many of us are distracted by all the different things? Well, the dishes aren't done, and the laundry, and the this and the that, and all the different things that have to go, and the kids, I gotta pick up the kids, and I gotta make dinner, and I gotta, pay the bills, and whatever. All the different stressors of life are all running in the background. It's like having your computer with all the browser tabs open, and lavender is gonna operate in a way that's gonna go shut down all those browser tabs so that you can focus on the task at hand. So you can see how this blend of oils gives you this calming, focusing, yet stabilizing and motivational energy to just get the job done. So tips for use. Obviously, it's topical aromatic. It's not labeled for ingestion. It does not have a white label, so you're going to throw it in your diffuser, put it on your sternum, over your heart, on the nape of the neck. It says put it on your big toe, put it on your solar plexus, on your wrist, on your navel. There's pretty much no place that you can't put it. You can inhale it directly from the bottle. It smells absolutely incredible. Throw a couple drops in your diffuser and just have it going when you have to sit down and write that paper or get that business proposal done, or whatever it is that you're putting off. Painting the bathroom, that's my procrastination right now. So it's a really good oil for just kind of getting things moving, but in a focused direction. So motivation's where it's at. Go get yourself some.